Saturday when we played these guys. They're a playoff team now. You need this game. When you look at video, and I only watch it a lot, have you seen huge differences in the way they have played since they made the trades and since they got rid of
the total buy-in is unbelievable. They got a young team. It's almost like a college team playing hard, running through the wall, and they're relentless. Coach Brad has a plan, at a high level on both ends of the floor. If you turn it over against them, and that was our Achilles heel in our plays. We had 16 turnovers, and he cashed in on each one of them. And so they're playing hard on both ends of the floor. So if you don't match their intensity, you're in trouble. And that's what's got them to where they are now is hard play. And hats off to their team and to their staff for getting them to that high level. They remind me a lot of us last year. No agendas, no nothing but let's go out and play hard and let's win. And that's where they're playing now. I think that's the way the game should be played.
Do you feel like you've got closer to that hard play that you've been looking for these past three
hard
games?
Play hasn't been. The guys are we've had other issues other than hard play. I think the guys are. It's not like guys weren't trying. Going out and laying down or anything like that. We were in a slump. But we've corrected some things. Got better in certain areas defensively, and we just got to continue to do that. And we just came from hard work, just constantly working on it in practice, harping on it, preaching on it. But it's never been a matter of a lack of hard play.
Kyle back. You look at his 2 games. Where do you assess him? In terms of he's obviously not all the way back, but where would you put him? Are you pleasantly surprised? You're looking for more? Where do you value him?
No, he's where we thought he was going to be. There's going to be rust after you take off that many games in a row, just like DeMar went through. So just getting that rhythm back, that the shooting, it takes a little time for his shooting to come back. He will come back. You don't forget how to shoot. So it's one of those things where he's where we thought he would be. That's why I thought we needed some of these games to get some rest off and get some running.
How much do you need these games for Amir to?
Both, and same with him. It's just like one of those things where he's got to come in and just knock the rust off, blow it out. We don't expect him to be 100% just conditioning-wise, timing-wise, but he needs this. And because the playoffs are different animal, just can't turn the switch and flip it unless you've been in this league 15, 16, 17 years.
What ways decision on Amir yet for tonight? What ways have you noticed the difference in this team just from being in the playoffs last year to where they are now going back then?
It's a togetherness, hard play, consistent hard play, execution. They're used to each other. They do one thing offensively, they're knocking down shots. And they present a problem because 1 through 5, those guys can take you off the dribble. All 5 guys can play off the catch. And their staff has done an excellent job of teaching that. Olenek is a guy that can play off the catch. All the guys. Zeller has gotten to the point where he can play off the catch now. So that presents an unusual problem defensively for you. There's not a lot of 5 in the league that catch and pull you off the catch.
I mean, like your experience last year in the playoffs last year, what difference have you seen in your team?
We're more seasoned in certain areas, especially offensively. We're much better offensively than we were last year, not even close. The flip side of that, we're not the same defensive team. We're, not totally broke, but we're not the same defensive team we were last year, but we made up for it with the offense. And we'll see how that translates into the playoffs.
Executing at the end of games is something you talked about and preseason getting better at it last season. It's been something that stood out, especially because of DeMar in the last few games. How important is that going to the playoffs, and how much better has that been than last year?
That's huge because that's what playoff basketball comes down to. Those last 2 minutes, offensively, we have executed. We've done an excellent job offensively. Got the ball where we wanted, and all you ask for in those situations are good looks. And we've created good looks. Guys have created good looks for themselves. When they go in or not, you have to talk to the basketball guys about that. But offensively, we're much better this year than we were last year as far as executing, setting screens, spacing, and being in the game situation.
You also get the sense that your guys won't be at all overwhelmed with this week.
might have been last year?
Yeah, I think, you know, after the first game last year, I think we were okay. First game, we were like during the headlines. And, you know, but this year should be different. Old hat, we don't want to be, you know, too old hat, we take it for granted, but we got, you know, we won't be like overwhelmed by the moment, by the spotlight, by being in the playoffs this year.
You mentioned the last 2 minutes of playoff games. What impresses you about the Celtics in those situations? You got a good look at it last week.
We sure did. Last play of the game, you know, again, sometimes, you know, they used one of our plays against us. We didn't handle it properly in a lot of different ways, and the ball, one place where the ball could bounce, it bounced. And sometimes being lucky is better than being good. And they executed it, and they did a good job in that area. I don't know what their record was prior to our game as far as in the game plays or anything like that, but they executed that play. The play before that, Brad did a good job of calling the timeout because it was going south quick. And he was right there next to the official and got the official's attention right on time. So that was good coaching on his part.
You compared them to you last year. Do you see them being capable as putting a scare into a team like you did?
Yes, yeah, you have no question, because they're relentless. They play hard. I don't think they will be caught up in the moment because they play lights out in the playoffs, and you don't want to play them because they're just going to keep coming at you, keep coming at you, keep coming at you. And again, the way they play with their bigs, their ability to play on the floor is unorthodox, and it's different. And you've got to have mobile bigs to be able to guard them out on the floor for 48 minutes.
Before the year, what did you expect to get from Lou Williams this season?
What we get now, offense. That's what he's done his whole career. We knew he was going to get offense. We knew he was going to get that scoring off the bench. That's why we talked about it for Sixth Man of the Year, and he gives us, I think our bench is one of the top benches scoring wise in the league. And it's because of him. His ability to score, his confidence, his fearlessness on the offensive end.
You didn't have concerns that he might not be able to still do that after his injury?
No, that was a concern. That was a question. You always have any player that has that type of surgery. You have a concern, but very quick once the season starts.
Dwane, do you set the expectations in the playoffs for your guys, or do you expect them to set the expectation for themselves?
Let them expect to set it for themselves. That's kind of what we've done all year. They have different views about winning this game, but I'll let them do that. So, sometimes we put the expectations of winning the division. We did that. Expectations of getting back to the playoffs. We did that. So now kind of let them set the goals for themselves internally. And our guys are pretty savvy when it comes to understanding what's going on in the league and who's who and what's what. So, but again, the expectations I put in, we've got to turn up the juice defensively as we go into the playoffs this week.
You mentioned expectations. How do you assess the progress that you guys have made this season?
Well, we've gotten better offensively. That was one of our goals going in. We didn't expect to take 3 steps back defensively. Things like that happen, for a lot of different reasons. But we're where we thought we would be. We lost some games where we shouldn't have, I thought. But we won some games that we probably shouldn't have too. So those things kind of even themselves out in those situations. So we're where we are. The progress, the steps we're taking with our program is there. It's similar to what Boston's going through. Everybody had them going to the lottery this year. Everybody had us going to the lottery last year. So it's the same kind of path for each other that we're going through. The next step for both of us is the toughest.